En exclusiva para Radio Late 93.1 hablamos con Nick Miller, periodista freelancer quien trabaja para Guardian y para ESPN, acerca de la final, de la primera de las dos finales que tiene el Arsenal contra el Chelsea por la UEFA Europa League. So, Nick, um, it was a it was a great season for English football. The last summer, the English national team had achieved the fourth place in the World Cup, and then four English clubs, football clubs, are going to play for the UEFA Europa League final and the Champions League final. Has the English football returned to the elite of the European football?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think we won't know that this season. We'll know that if this continues for another couple of seasons. Maybe if there are English teams in the finals next year as well, and if England do well at the Nations League in Portugal, maybe we can say then. But it's certainly looking very optimistic. I'm not really sure that the two things that the England team succeeding and these four teams being in the European finals now, I don't think that they're necessarily connected. I think the four teams being in these two finals is a consequence of the English teams basically being the richest teams in Europe. But yeah, it's certainly looking very optimistic for English teams at the moment.
Okay, how are the English people living these moments right now?
How are the English? Sorry, say that again.
How are the English fans, football fans, living this moment with four teams in the Europa League final and the Champions League final?
I think everyone's very kind of enjoying it very much. We have in England in general, we have a bit of a kind of inferiority complex where we don't think that that our football teams are going to do very well. So I think everyone's a lot more optimistic about the state of English football at the moment, and obviously everyone's really enjoying a lot of people are really enjoying the success that the English teams are having.
Okay, well, let's talk about especially the UEFA Europa League final that will start in a few hours. Did you expect a final between two London teams?
Did I expect? I mean, from the once we got into the kind of knockout stages, then yes, it did look quite likely that these two were going to be the teams that got to the final. They're obviously two very strong teams who maybe haven't done as well as they would have liked to in the English domestic league, but they were two of the strongest teams left in the tournament.
Okay, which team is the favorite for you in this final?
It's very, very close. It's really, really difficult to say who's the favourite. I think probably Chelsea just about, because they've been the better team over the season, but both teams had a really sort of bad end to the season in the Premier League. They didn't win many games at all. So obviously you've got Arsenal, who are very, very strong attack and not brilliant defence. But then Chelsea have their own problems as well. No, not many people are happy with Maurizio Sarri, with the manager. Eden Hazard this is probably going to be his last game for Chelsea. So I think it's very close to call. I think Chelsea will probably just win, but it's very, very close.
Is it sure that Eden Hazard will leave Chelsea at the end of the season?
I mean, it certainly looks that way. He hasn't. I think it will. Obviously, it will depend on Real Madrid coming up with agreeing a price with Chelsea, but it certainly looks like he definitely wants to go, and I think it will just be. There'll be some negotiation between Chelsea and Real Madrid, but I think they will agree on a price in the end, and yeah, he'll definitely leave.
And let's talk about the head coach, the manager. What has been the impact of Mauricio Sarri on the team?
Well, that's an interesting question. He has certainly taken a long time to get him to play his style of football. Some of the fans aren't very happy with him. He seems to criticise his players quite a lot in public, but he got to the League Cup final in England. He finished third in the Premier League. qualified for the Champions League, and then of course tonight they could win the Europa League. So objectively, they have kind of met their targets. He's had quite a good season, but he's still not very popular because of the way he seems to treat people. He hasn't treated Gary Cahill very well, who's obviously been at Chelsea for a long time and has won the league and has won the Champions League and has made a few hundred appearances for them. So that hasn't made him very popular, but. So it's a really interesting one to see whether this may also be his last game. He could go somewhere else at the end of this season. But yes, it's a funny one. He's done very well, but he's not very popular.
Okay, of course this is for Argentina media, so I am forced to ask, what do you think about Gonzalo Higuain mid-season at Chelsea?
He hasn't looked very good at all. Came in obviously to replace Alvaro Morata, who had a horrible first half of the season with Chelsea. Higuain just hasn't looked. He hasn't looked fit. He hasn't looked in shape. There have been occasional flashes where you can see that he's obviously a very good player, but it hasn't. You can tell. The way that you can tell that it hasn't gone very well is that Sarri has often preferred not to play any strikers at all. Rather than paying either Gonzalo Higuain or Olivier Giroud. He is very often played with Eden Hazard as a striker, and he's not really a striker. So I think everyone was quite optimistic that Higuain would kind of produce some of the form that he showed a little bit at Juventus, certainly in Napoli, but he really hasn't for Chelsea.
Do you think that Chelsea will pay the 30 millions for him, to have him?
I really don't think so. I mean, at the moment, it doesn't look that it looks like they're going to have a transfer embargo, so they're not going to be able to buy anyone. And even if they could, I don't think that they will spend what money they have on Higuain.
Okay, let's talk about the other part of the final. We're going to talk about Arsenal. Was Unai Emery a world substitute for Arsene Wenger?
I think he's done a kind of a fairly good job. So it's going to following a manager who's been there for so long and who won so many trophies a few years ago for Arsenal was always going to be a very tough thing to do. The squad he had to take over was very imbalanced. It was, as I said before, it was very good in attack, but not very good in defence, and that's the way that Arsenal have played this season. But I think he's done about as good a job as can be expected, and I think they will, if they buy a couple of the right players in the summer, I think they'll improve very much next season as well.
Okay, this final was marked by a story that is not involved with football. It was involved with the war, and had Henry Mkhitaryan as a main character of this. What is your reaction about Mkhitaryan's decision not to travel to Baku? Does Arsenal lose a key player?
I can from his point of view, I can completely understand his decision. The Azerbaijan authorities have said that they would try to keep him safe, but there was no way that they could guarantee that. So I very much understand his decision not to travel. But the fact is that he shouldn't have been put in that position. The final should not really be held in a place where people feel unsafe coming. There are obviously UEFA. What UEFA will say is that they are trying to spread the game to places that wouldn't usually have a final like this. But if there is the possibility of someone having to make this decision, that they do feel unsafe coming to a place where there is a UEFA final. They should never have made that decision, and I think that there are scheduled to be some games in the European Championships here next season, and I think that the thing that everyone should take from this is that those games should be moved, should be taken away from Baku. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand Mkhitaryan's decision, but he should never have been put in that position to have to make it.
And we have other story about this final is that some fans returned their tickets for the final. Why do you think they did that?
Simply because it's been so difficult to get here from London. I know of people who have kind of had to take more or less 2 weeks off work to kind of get here, or else they would have had to have paid thousands of pounds. So I think it's purely because of that it's just so difficult to get to Baku and so expensive to get to Baku from London that people just haven't been able to afford it.
Okay, so you are in the stadium right now. What is the environment there?
Yeah.
Some almost 2 hours before the final. What is the environment? How is the environment?
The atmosphere seems pretty good at the moment. There are actually quite a lot of Chelsea and Arsenal fans who have come from other countries who haven't come from England. There seemed that when I was at the stadium last night, and as I was leaving, there were a group of Chelsea fans. I'm not sure where they were from, but they said they weren't from England, but they were wearing Chelsea shirts, they had Chelsea flags, and they were singing Chelsea songs. So I think that while there won't be that many fans from London here, I think there will be quite a few fans that will be supporting each team. So I think the atmosphere will be pretty good in the game, and it seems pretty good outside the stadium just now.